I like your sweater.
Thank you.
How was your lift today?
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now that we've
I
had 2 weeks to process Skeleton Crew, overall, what did you think? You
feel like it's
still
been
like,
more than 2 weeks.
has it been? I think, yeah, maybe it has been a little bit more than two
Like
weeks.
3.
Yeah. I rewatched it.
Oh, did you? I haven't rewatched
Yeah,
it.
I rewatched it to try to like pick up on things that I missed, but there wasn't much.
I feel like it's just
So,
more like fun background stuff.
yeah, yeah, small little Easter eggs.
Yeah.
So, like the hut that was in the mud bath was the hut from Book of Boba Fett,
I
stuff
like
like
that.
that. So, I've had great
Somebody told me,
lists.
speaking of Book of Boba Fett,
Yeah.
I haven't looked at it yet, but somebody said that they changed it on Disney Plus to where, at the end it shows Cad Bane's light turn on. He said that they took it off because they're not doing a second season. They kind of just want to leave him dead. Like,
Hmm.
man.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm. I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about rewatching that, but
Same.
I've,
I
I've
kind
already
of want to rewatch it.
I've already rewatched it once, and now I'm just like, okay, I watched it. It's good. Let's go.
I haven't, so
Over
I'll have to do
and
that.
done with. Uh, but yeah, no, I've had a pretty good week of lifting. It's crazy
You seem
what
pretty consistent.
I know. I'm like, it's crazy what like getting back in there and feeling it and actually doing it is making for like your own mental health.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Although my left wrist has been bothering me. I think it's from typing.
Probably. Get a little carpal tunnel. It's fine.
Maybe. I don't know. My fingers just feel fat.
Oh my gosh.
So what's up? You didn't hit that 235 today?
No. I sh-
Why do you
I probably could have. It was in my
you
head.
probably you were you when I watched the video twice and I was like you can see the moment where you were just like no.
Yep. Yeah. And that's what my buddy was just like, I thought you had that one. I said, I did. And then I didn't. But I think I'm just going to start working on, because the other guy, Chan, was helping me out. And he's just like, I'd work on pauses with 225 since you can do 3 to 4 reps of it. Just work on getting your reps higher and just pause right where you're getting stuck and then pull
Yeah.
up just to build up that momentum. Because, like, you can tell you got stuck right there and you mentally just said, nope. I said,
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
You should you should hit rack deads as well from that point
I
up.
do those, yeah.
Yeah. It'll help build up that strength.
Yeah.
Plus you made a leap of what was it, 10 pounds?
10 pounds, yeah. I
Yeah.
know that's kind of a lot for like a leap, but I like to also feel it. Like when I was trying to do 200 for squats, when I couldn't do it, I just wanted to feel how it felt. So then the next time I try it, I'm like, that wasn't even hard, you know?
It's that mental hurdle.
Yes, yeah. So if I can
Yeah.
just feel where I'm at with it, I'm like, all right, cool. I can do it next time.
Yeah. I'm the same way at work with the kegs. When I'm having to lift the kegs and put them on the
Oh,
racks, I'm just like, the first time I was just like, frick, I'm gonna hurt myself. And then I was like, I picked it up and I was like, oh, that wasn't that bad. It just breaks your core.
yeah. It's all in your head.
It is. That's 90% of failure at the gym is in your head.
Stupid. I don't know why my head gets in the way. It makes me so mad.
You
So
psych
frustrating.
yourself out.
I do.
I think everybody does it to a certain point.
Yeah, but I feel like I do it all the time. It's annoying.
Yeah. Like even
I
I
don't
hit
want
legs on Tuesday and my legs were so sore yesterday that I was,
good.
and they're sore today, but like I got off of work, I did something, I came home, I chilled for a minute with Lena, and then I was like, all right, you're going. So then I went to the gym, and man, I was just like, you're just gonna just go slow and control. Because I think my knees are bothering me, like with the cold and everything. I'm just finally to that age where all the wear and tear is.
The weather starts affecting your joints.
So I was like, plus, I don't know, like my shoes, I need to get better work shoes because they're definitely affecting my feet and the way that I walk and everything.
Yeah,
So
feet are. I
it
don't think
all
people
plays
realize how
in.
important your feet placement is.
Yes, it all plays a factor. But I had a really, really good leg workout. Like I caught a pump. I was feeling every rep. Um, and then I went to the store and bought water. Like I literally texted Lena and was like, "Can somebody come grab the water? Because there's no way I'm gonna be able to carry it."
You're like, I'm way too sore.
And I literally just came up and I just chilled. And like I woke up at like 4 a.m. with a cramp because I was like tensing up.
Oh no. I hate those.
Yeah. And then they were just so sore. Like I hit chest yesterday and like just picking up the dumbbells and setting them on your quads after a leg day.
You're like, no.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is not good. I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna do two on, one off, two on, one off. I think that's gonna be my new split.
Like 2 days and then one off.
Yeah. So that I can do like legs and then not have to worry about doing anything the next day.
Well,
And I
that's kind
think
of how
what
my schedule is. It's like, because I get every other Saturday off, I think. Yeah. And so the way it's scheduled, it's like I get either Wednesday and Thursday off or a Thursday and Friday off, and I work Saturday. And then the next week, I have like a Wednesday or Thursday off, and then don't work that Saturday. So I always have like a day
yeah,
or two in between. Like I have 2 days in a row, and then I have a day or two, and then another day. So it kind of works out.
yeah,
Helps with recovery.
definitely does. And I think I need to take extra time off when I need to, but then also I'm just like, no, forget. I'm gonna go ahead and just push past it and just continue to go. So
I was talking about you the other day at the gym. I don't know why I thought in my head. I was kind of making fun of you. Out of love, of course, though. But there's this older guy, Rick, and he's been working out with this one guy. And Rick, he got hurt and he got really sick. He's like in his 70s, 60s. But he used to be able to lift really heavy, but then he lost a lot of weight, yada, yada, yada. So now he's very mentally, like, in his own head. And so now, like, he's being pushed and he's lifting heavier again. He's doing a good job. But the guy he works out with, he was just like, you always gotta warm up. Because he's like, I gotta do my warm up set for every single exercise. And it's my me. She's like, I gotta warm up every exercise. That's why you did like a million sets. You had like 2 to 3 warm ups and you had 3 to 4 actual sets. It's like, that's the real reason why we took so long, besides talking. Manny had to get his 2 to 3 warm up sets.
I do. Now what I do is I go in, I roll out, I stretch, I do a little bit of band work, and then I go into my sets. And now I only do like one warm up set, um, and then go straight into it now. But I'm
That's kind of,
keeping,
I've been rolling out a lot more.
yeah, I'm keeping the intensity and the actual like time under tension is like my primary focus right now. So like even when I was benching yesterday, I had nobody to spot me, so I was like, okay, well I'll just go over to the Smith machine. And I put like 185 on to warm up, and I just literally just sat there and I just did like a 4 second count, and then I had like the bracers, so it literally stopped at the bottom, so it was like one 1000, two 1000, three 1000, four, and then it would stop. I would pause, and then I would press it back up, and then again one 1000, two one, and I did probably 3 sets of 8, one set like that of 6, and then I did one set like that of 12. 12, yeah, which is kind of weird because it's like 8, 8, 8, 6, 12. But that last set, I was like, forget it. I was like, I'm gonna see how many I can do before, because I feel like with like the 3 sets of 8, like right when I got to that eighth rep, I was like, I still got a little in the tank. And then the next one, I was like, I still have a little in the tank. But it was just like,
Mm-hmm.
it was so exhausting because you're holding the weight and you're mentally counting and you're just slowly descending. And then once you come to the stop and it stops at the bottom, you don't have no momentum to push it back up other than pushing with your muscles. And I was just like racking it. And then I was like, okay, cool. I was like, that felt good. So I think next week what I'm going to do, and this was on flat bench, and I haven't done flat bench in a year.
Dang.
Yeah. Um, but I've just been primarily focusing on the upper. Um, But I think next week what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go straight into sets of 12 and then do it just like that. But I caught a fat pump.
Without your pump stuff.
Yeah, I like that stuff. It's so sour. I gave some to Angelina. She was
Oh
like,
Lord.
yeah. She's like, yeah, we're gonna hit chest and arms. She's been going. She goes with her friend, so I was like, here, try the pump sauce. Because she was like, I'm tired. I don't want to drink no caffeine. I was like, just drink the pump sauce then. And she was like, ooh. I was like, I
I
told
remember
you.
the first time I took pump. It was wild.
Yeah.
It's a crazy feeling.
Yes. Everything just opens up. So, because even when I went to the gym on Tuesday and hit legs, I had a cup of coffee, 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and then when I came home, I had like a quarter serving of my pre-workout, and then had the pump sauce, like just a little bit to wake me up. Oh, and I ate an apple, and then I was like, okay, I'm good to go. So,
An apple.
mhm. I love apples.
I do too.
I've been like hooked on apples and peanut butter. That's been like my pre-workout snack.
It's
So
so good.
good.
I
So
do bananas
good.
and peanut butter.
Yeah. I don't really do bananas
Yes.
and things. Me too. But so, did you think of a good alternative story for Star Wars that you would
I
like
think
to
so.
see? What would it be?
Well, besides, I think 'cause everyone always talks about if Anakin didn't go to the dark side, which obviously that'd be a great alternate universe.
Yeah.
But it's like, what if Obi-Wan went to the dark side? I think that'd be very interesting. Like after everything he's been through, it just makes more sense for him to go to the dark side. And I think seeing that would have been wild. I don't know, because Anakin, you always knew, even as a kid, you're like, he's kind of gobblesome. Obi-Wan's always been very straight edge. So him going to dark side, I think, would have just been wild. And seeing like how him being like a Darth Vader, or but not Darth Vader, something else. Darth, I don't know, name for him.
Mm.
But not
But
even like, I'm not even saying like taking Anakin's story, like having his own story, you know? Like maybe after when Satine died.
and that's what made him fall to the dark side.
Hmm. Yeah. Seeing that. And then going maybe like going after Maul, even though technically he wasn't an apprentice anymore then, right? But still, yeah. Killing Maul that way. Instead of killing Maul the way that he did.
And just like continuing to fall down the path.
Hmm. I think it'd be very interesting.
Did you see that there's a theory of I forget what the kid's name is that was Satine's nephew, that he's Obi-Wan and Satine's love child, but nobody knows. What was his name? Lux? Lux Von Terry? No, it's somebody else. I don't remember who it is. But they said that there was a theory that that was her and Obi-Wan's love child because of the way that the kid looks and the
It'd be
eyes
interesting.
and it's
Like, come on, we know there was something. There's a lot going on between them.
yeah, definitely.
Or even seeing the Jar Jar Binks theory. I'm obsessed with that, and I wish we would have gone that. See him as a
Yeah.
villain.
So do you think if they wouldn't have made him the comic relief, then people would have been more receptive to him being the Sith?
I don't know, because I think, because didn't he keep him like that because kids liked him? I think kids would still like him even if he wasn't a comic relief, just because he's goofy looking.
But think about how old you were when you seen that. What would have you how would your little young brain be able to internalize the fact that this character that you loved that made you laugh is now evil?
Well, okay, so how long was between the first and second movie? Like
Like
five
what?
years?
Episode 1 and episode 2?
Yeah.
Like in
Yes, I
real
did.
life, in real life.
Yes, like when did that? They're like 5 years apart when it
So
came out, right?
Phantom Menace came out in 98
99,
and
fool.
98, 99. Um, was it 99?
I think so.
I think it was 98. And then Attack of the Clones came out in 2002.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because then Revenge of the Sith came out in 2005.
See what the good old Google says. Hmm. Came out in 99. Weird. Almost like I
You
know what
know,
I'm talking about.
why I was thinking 98 is
Why?
because of when I started school and then I seen it in spring. So yeah, 99.
Okay, so they're 3 years apart. Okay, because
Yeah.
first I was thinking, well, maybe if I was older and it came back and attacked the clones, that he was bad.
Yeah. Who
Well, because
knows
we
how
didn't even
this
get Jar Jar in Attack of the Clones, really, right? Was he in Attack of
No,
the Clones?
not really. Not too much, not too much.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, yeah, he was just kind of here and there.
But the story for the prequels was supposed to be about Anakin Skywalker, so if, if you made it about somebody else, it wouldn't have been.
Yeah, yeah, I guess.
Did you watch the Lego Galaxy of Heroes or whatever it was called, where Jar Jar is evil?
Yeah, I did. Duh. That was actually really cute. I love the Lego movies, though. They're so
Yeah, they're
funny.
pretty funny.
Like the
So
Batman one is just hilarious.
he's like, Alfred, I only wear black and sometimes
Oh my
really
gosh.
dark.
And all the characters, like, they're
I,
just.
I watched The Killing Joke the other day. I
That's
mean,
such a good movie.
it's very
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Probably one of my favorites. That and Red Hood's really good too. There's some good ones out there.
they do really, really well in their animated shows.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Very
think
well.
it's do you think it's because they're allowed to like flesh more of the comic out
Probably.
and they don't have to
Less
rely
money
on
too.
an actors and
Yeah, so they can do more with it.
hmm, interesting. So I'm still good and I haven't bought anything. So
Oh my
action
gosh.
action figure wise, I haven't bought any
One of
action
these weeks,
figures.
you're gonna be like, yep, I did it.
Down. I've passed on a lot of things too that I've seen, so I'm like, man, hmm,
I feel it. This is the first thing I've bought in a while that was like Star Wars. My sweater.
nice.
Mm.
So I think for my story, I think what I would do is I would do during the Clone Wars, Obi-Wan goes back to help Satine, but uh, Anakin gets killed, but not for reals, like Obi-Wan thinks he is, and that's what upsets him because he's killed by another Jedi, Windu. So he denounces his throne for Windu killing Anakin, but Anakin's laid up and about Naboo being hospitalized and coming back, so he'll still be like half robot in a sense.
Hmm.
And you'll sit there and like, so then he walks away from the Jedi Order and stays with Satine on Mandalore, and Palpatine ends up getting Anakin and like rebuilding him, and does Order 66 and everything. Um, and frames like Windu for everything, and then you sit there and you have the rise of the Empire, and Obi-Wan and Satine fight are like the new rebellion, and they fight against the clones slash stormtroopers, and they have like an epic battle, and then Anakin ends up showing himself and killing Satine, which makes
That's brutal.
Obi-Wan even more mad, and sends him down a further path, and it just creates like a long war story. where there's space battles and then ground battles and yeah.
Imagine if he really killed Anakin. I guess we'd have no Darth Vader. We'd have no story.
So, but okay, so like even if he did die in Revenge of the Sith, there's always another apprentice.
Mm-hmm. True.
You know, Palpatine could have got somebody.
That's true.
So it's one of those scenes where it's like you never know what they're going to come out with next because even though stuff has been canon for so long, then now it's not, and then they're going to cherry pick what they want, like how they did with Thrawn and everything. Um,
Yeah.
so it's just interesting to see what they're going to do with it Disney wise. Like they're really still trying to push that Rose story, which also reminds me when I Googled Skywalker, it's like the Skywalker lineage, da 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 da, and then it's a picture of Rey on Google.
Gross.
And I was like, what the fuck? Google, you failed me. Um,
Like, she wasn't adopted. She wasn't born into the family. Like, she can't just act like her name. She can't just say my name's Skywalker and that's
yeah,
it. Like, it'd be one thing if it was like this whole long thing and I don't know, somehow got adopted in the family, but it's like, that
yeah.
didn't even happen, okay? So
Leia,
you can't just
Leia,
at the very end of it.
Leia literally continued to be an Organa throughout everything. She never
Yeah.
adopted the Skywalker name, you know. So, but I'm
That's
just
so
like,
irritating.
oh. But there's so many different possibilities you could do. It's in the Order 66 like manual. There either Order 65 or Order 67 is the clones turning on the Chancellor because the Senate and the government's corrupt. So
Always corrupt governments.
yeah. So I think that would be pretty cool to see that side where they kill Palpatine and then they struggle to find another leader, and then you have all these different, you know, planets trying to fight to take over Coruscant, but then you have, the old Republic thinking that they need to do what they need to do and go from there. Did you see the girl that played Shin Hati said to like some insider magazine that she is reprising her role in season 2 of Ahsoka?
I mean, she better. You know?
Yeah. Do you think that they're going to be part of the Knights of Ren? Like that's how they're going to retcon in the Knights of Ren?
I don't know. I thought that's what they were going to do with Acolyte if they kept that going,
Yeah.
but they obviously didn't. I don't know. I
Yeah.
have no idea what direction they're going.
Yeah. Do you think we're going to see Plagueis and brought back in at any point?
I
Uh,
don't think so.
no, neither do
I
I.
think they'd be real stupid to do that. It's like you were stupid for even that 2-second cameo of him.
Yeah, it was cool to see though.
It was cool, and that's all they were thinking. I think in that show, not to like bring it back to that show, but it's like they were just thinking like the wow factor and the cool. Like it'll be cool to see this live
Yeah,
action and this live action where it's like, but it made no sense. So
if
why
you
bring it live
if you
action?
start that show at 10 minutes before the end of episode 3, I think it's episode 3, and then just watch it the rest of the way, it's fine. That first 2.5 episodes is just
Stupid,
yeah. Well,
pointless.
also, but it just goes back to like poor story writing because you're literally regurgitating the first act of the story at the end. Like, so where
For
did you
real.
where did you miss? Like, you just told the whole story again, and I think that's what like a lot of fans lost interest was. You know,
Unlike, and then you get like Skeleton Crew where the storytelling was really good and it kept it going and
yeah,
didn't repeat itself.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
I had
I
somebody at the gym ask me about that. He was like, "What's up with that new Star Wars show? Is it worth watching?" I was like, "Skeleton Crew." He's like, "Yeah." So I don't know if I want to watch it or not. I said, "Watch it." I said, "He's got kids too." I was like, "It's kid like it's directed towards the kids, but he loves like the Goonies and the '80s movies." And so I was like, "You'll like
yeah,
it."
yeah,
And literally the
definitely.
next day, my wife and I watched all of them. I was like, "You like it?" He's like, "Yeah, that was good."
Yeah, it was
It's
good.
like, "Yep."
It hit the nostalgic feeling. you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I do think that like the only thing that I wish about Skeleton Crew is I wish they would have you would have been able to find out how long they've actually been there. Because yeah, they were there when the fall of the Republic, and you find out they know about,
Oh, at
you know,
Yavin.
yeah, they know about like the fall of the Republic and the Jedi falling and all that. But how when did the planet start?
I
When
wonder, like, maybe a second season might be that, if they have one.
maybe if they did a second season, it would probably be just like swashbuckling, where they're just going around from planet to planet now that they have the ship and they can leave and getting
Mm-hmm.
into adventures.
That'd be
You
kind of
know,
cool.
I could see them doing like a almost like a Robin Hood type thing where they go to, give credits to systems that need help, and
Yeah,
then,
because they
somebody
have
still,
abundance.
yeah, and then they steal them, and then they got to get them back or something. So I
We'll
don't
see.
know. I still think that that's how the First Order is going to come to fruition. Is they're going to take all those credits, so they have the
Yeah.
money to fund everything. So, but who knows? Did you think of any other stories for what ifs?
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. What if I was thinking about one too of what if Anakin and Padme never hooked up and never got married?
That would actually be interesting because he wouldn't have even fallen to the dark side. I don't
Yeah,
think. Maybe because his mom.
yeah. But even
I don't
with the
know.
mom stuff and that, like that pushed him over the edge a little bit. But it
But
was
not like
her.
Padme.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. Padme just ruined
yeah.
everything.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
Natalie Portman, you ruined it.
I know. They want to bring her back.
You think we're gonna see her in
I don't
flashbacks?
know. I don't know. Because, like, they had those rumors going around for a little bit, but I'm like, they're kind of died down now, so.
I remember her in an interview talking about Comic Cons and how like she never goes to Comic Con, she never does anything, and she goes, "Yeah, the day that I run out of money is the day that you'll see me start working Comic Cons or showing up to them."
That's kind of rude. I mean, maybe she didn't mean it like that, but I mean, no, no, kind of rude. But it is
Yeah,
like you see a lot of actors that haven't been in a lot of things. That's where they. But I mean, it's easy money. Like, why wouldn't you? Like,
easy. Yeah,
Tom Welling. That's who popped in my head. He was at the Indiana one. I wanted to see him, but because Anakin got delayed, I didn't get to. But it's like he hasn't really been in much, you know. So it's just like, psst, I'll make some money doing autographs and pictures.
yeah. You figure you work on the weekends. You're home all week. You fly out. You do a gig all
Literally.
weekend. You make a couple $1,000s. Then you go home. And
Because even like I've noticed like Anakin, well, Hayden Christensen was like more expensive, you know, so everyone's got their rates or whatever. And like Tom Williams like $80 for a photo and like 65 for like an autograph or something. But I'm like still the amount of people that come to see like $80 per picture every 2 minutes, you don't get 2 minutes with them. So it's like you're still making good money.
yeah, yeah. Literally at least 10,000,
Yeah.
if not
So I'm
more.
like, I would totally do that as an actor. I'd be like, you know what? Screw this acting stuff. I'm just gonna retire and go to Comic Cons.
If you could be one character as cosplay to go to your next Comic Con, which one would it be?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'd love to go as like a Mandalorian just because I love their suit armor because I think that would be a fun cosplay. But this girl, I know you hate it, but she did a I don't know, you've probably seen it. She did a Vanellope Von Sweet mashup with the Mandalorian. It's so cute.
Yeah, I've seen a Sailor Moon one. That was pretty cool.
I love those, but something like that. Or one of Padme's outfits would be cool. Or going on and just being Darth Vader. That'd be cool.
A Lady Vader.
Yeah, but not like I'm just gonna have the accurate suit and just be short.
So you'd be a mini Vader,
Yeah.
and you could.
Or not Star Wars related, but I could be Wolverine. I'd be comic book accurate. Actually, I think I'm taller than the comic book accurate, to be quite honest.
No, you're not.
How tall is he?
Like
I
five
think he's
foot,
like 5'3". Yeah, I think I'm still like shorter than what he is, but still,
or
could do
10
that.
and a half.
Anyways,
That's why the weight moves so easy for you because you're so low to the ground.
that's
You
what I
know,
say. There's this girl I follow, and she's super tall.
your deadlifts are 2 inches.
For real. That's what I say. I'm like, that's why I don't think it's that impressive. But tall girls, man. This girl, she was deadlifting 400 and seemed like nothing. I'm like, that bitch is tall. I said, she doesn't look like she can lift heavy at all. She's just like lean and tall. And I'm just like, girl,
She's
you
got
have
that.
so much room to
She's
go
got that.
down and back up.
She's got that Viking strength.
Yeah, I'm like, you're wild. Where
I'm
me, I'm just like, bloop, bloop.
I'm rewatching Vikings right now.
I tried to watch that show. I couldn't get into it.
It's you have to just get past the first season. The first
Mm.
season is just character development, and it is very slow. Very slow.
I was
And
listening to a podcast the other day, speaking of Vikings, even though kind of not related, but Game of Thrones, they agreed that it's overrated.
really good.
I feel like it is overrated.
I'll put it to you this way. Angelina refused to watch it for so long, and then she watched it this last year, and she said one night when we were at dinner, she said, "Man, I wish I could go back and rewatch Game of Thrones for the first time."
That's how I feel about Scream.
So, but
Yeah,
like it the one thing that I liked about the show is like it built the characters and it made you love the characters.
there's
And
so
then
many characters though.
they killed off the characters you just loved. And then there's another
I hate that.
character. So good. So
I
good.
hate that. Like the book I'm reading, series, they killed off a character in the first book, and I literally cried. I said, "What is this? No, no, you don't give me this character that you fall in love with, and you're like, oh my god," and then they're dead. And then now they're gonna come out the TV, like reenact. I'm like, I can't live through that again. Like now I'm gonna have to watch the character die after reading that the character died. I get too attached to characters.
How disappointing is it when you read a really good book and you like the characters and then they do a TV or movie adaptation and it's not how the actor or actress that they use is not how they are portrayed in
Like in
the
your,
book. Yes.
That's why I think
Yes.
Harry Potter's really good, and they're gonna do that TV show. I said, you guys can't, like, you already nailed it with all the characters. Like, those characters are Harry, Hermione,
Yeah.
Ron, Draco. Like, you can't do it again. Like,
I was
stop.
I seen the cast line up for the new Master of the Universe movie and they just like totally altered uh characters, genders and race. I'm just like, okay,
Just
cool.
make a new show or movie with those characters and genders and races.
But they already
Or
did
like
that. They
How to
did
Train
that.
a Dragon. You
Yeah,
sent me
they
that.
yeah. I watched the second trailer again for it. They should have dubbed over the actor's voice. The voice
That's not
is
mine, though.
the
I
voice
don't
is
know.
what made Hiccup.
Yeah. But
So,
I do like every character looks like how they're supposed to look, and then you got Astrid, who's not blonde. That's my only biggest thing. I don't mind the rest of her. I think she's a beautiful person, and like I think would be great. But I'm like, just slap a blonde wig on her. Everybody else looks like the movie characters, like the hair and
or
everything,
dye her hair.
or like I said, just put a wig if she don't want to dye her hair.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's the only thing. Just make her
Yeah.
blonde.
The second trailer was pretty cool. I was like, all right, this
But I'm
is
so
pretty
excited for it.
legit.
Like, I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be exactly like the cartoon, but
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I think it's going to be like frame for frame. But
Yeah, because
yeah,
the trailer looked like frame to frame, but like I'm okay with that. Whatever. I'm not gonna be too picky. It's How to Train
true.
Dragon. But there are
True.
people that are very. I guess there's like a whole group of people that are very into How to Train Dragon and
Yeah.
like shows and other movies,
Are
and I'm like,
you
I don't follow it like that.
are you going to go watch Captain America: Brave New World
I forgot that was out. I'll probably
tomorrow?
wait till it comes out.
What are you guys doing for Valentine's Day?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
We literally have never celebrated. This year was the first year. yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? The day before, I got 2 packages came in, but I only ordered one. So Brandon was like, "You got 2 packages in?" I was like, "Oh, that's weird." And then one of them had his name on it. He's like, "I got you a Valentine's Day present." I said, "Homeboy, in almost 10 years, we have never done Valentine's Day." I said, "I didn't get you shit." He's like, "It's just a little something. It was just like a little blanket." But I was like, "We have never done. I don't care about Valentine's Day. I think it's pointless. Don't be buying me gifts on one day because you have to. That's my birthday and Christmas." Like,
Oh yeah,
stupid. Don't put
but
another day in that we both have to buy each other presents. Like, that's too expensive.
yeah, it's just a scam by the chocolate company,
It is. I mean, I'll take
literally.
chocolate anytime, so
Hell yeah. Well, you're gonna have to go watch it. I'm gonna probably go maybe tonight.
yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
I might wait that one. I don't know. We pick and choose movies to go see just because it's like an hour away.
Andor's supposed to come out next month, I think.
I know, gotta
So
rewatch Andor. I get on that.
definitely,
It won't take that long, though. Did you see the
definitely.
trailer for Fantastic Four?
Yes.
Are you excited for that one?
I think they're gonna do pretty. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I watched kind of like a breakdown theme, and they're talking about like they broke down like when Reed Richards is at like his chalkboard, he's got like a time loop on the in the left right corner, left top corner, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like enter here, come out here. So they're thinking that when he goes up into space, they go through an alternate reality and they're on a different they're not in the sacred timeline anymore. So I think they're going to start out in the
So
sacred
it's gonna be
timeline.
gonna tie
Yeah,
in with the other stuff going on.
yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
So because they're like it's set in the 60s and it's very like space themed 60s like George like the Jetsons. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like it was back in the day but then it was like forward. So they're thinking that they're going to go there and then come back to the 616 or something. So,
That'd be kind of cool. I've never
yeah.
been a big Fantastic Four fan. Like, I just didn't care about them, even growing up. Like,
Yeah,
the movies that
me
came out.
neither. I
I
didn't
don't know.
either.
They just never. They weren't cool superheroes to me.
But
I don't
as
have
a
anything against them.
but as a whole, like I do like the way the thing looks. I didn't like the casting at first, but now I'm kind of like, oh, okay, like
Mm-hmm.
once they have the costumes on and then they did
Kind of
Sue's
get behind
hair
it.
blonde and everything, I'm like, oh, okay, okay, I can see
Yeah.
it. So,
See, they did her hair blonde.
yeah. So, I don't know, we'll see. See how it goes.
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't know. There's not a lot to look forward to lately. Like,
There really isn't. I was thinking about the other day too. I'm like, you know what movie I just started watching? Me and Randall is Kick Ass. I've never seen that movie. I thought
really?
I did when I was younger, and I was like, I don't know. I don't really remember anything. And then
You don't
now
remember
watching, I'm like, I've never seen the movie.
you don't remember Kick-Ass?
I mean, I remember the movie, but I didn't watch it. I thought I did, but we played it, and I was like, nope, I've never seen this movie. All the parts I remember are probably like parts that were in a trailer.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think we have like 30 minutes left of it, but I'm like, huh. I
Yeah.
didn't know there's a second one. He's like, yeah, the second one. I was like, well, I guess we're watching the second one after this. Because I
Hell
didn't
yeah.
know about these movies. I don't know.
Have you watched The Boys yet?
No. I
You
don't
should
know if
watch
I'll
The
watch that. It
Boys.
does not seem like my cup of tea.
It's pretty cool.
Is
If you're
that?
starting to watch blood and gore, you should watch it. It's got some holy shit moments in it.
That's what I heard. And then I was listening to another podcast, and they were talking about that, and it seems a little weird.
Yeah, it's really really
I
good.
don't know.
Shall we do Star Wars conversations?
Star Wars conversations. I'm gonna find another one of these. Down to this much. See?
Damn, that's it.
Out of all these. Yeah. I mean, I guess we can go back through them. Okay, we'll do creatures. As I drop it, hold on. Oh my
Rancor.
god, where did okay, I don't know how to pronounce this, but I'm gonna try to. A friend gives you a cow Cowakian monkey lizard. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Do you know what I'm talking about? pet that hangs out Jabba? Okay.
Yeah,
Do you keep it around to laugh at your jokes like Jabba the Hutt did, or do you rehome it with somebody else?
I cook it and eat it.
That's awful. I would keep it. Be your own little personal cheerleader. Probably annoying after a while, though. It's another creature one. Okay, this will make you think. Combine the first three letters of your first name and the last two letters of your last name to make a new Star Wars species. What is it? Can't do that off the top of my head. Hold on. The first three letters of
Mine
your
would be
first name.
man, eo.
That's kind of cool, Manio. What do you mean? Mar. And the last two letters. Marv. That's stupid. Mine's stupid. Manio and Marv. What would Marv look like? An
Short,
old man.
reddish brown hair. They'd be small creatures that forage, dig in the dirt.
So basically, like a rodent or something.
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
That seems hard.
What was it?
It says Jane Orso, Jane, uses several different names while she's on the move. What would your Star Wars alias be? I know what yours would be.
What?
Freaking that one name you always go by. Why can't I think of it?
Herbert Jones?
Yeah, Herbert Jones.
Yours would be Sprouts.
Sprouts. I actually like that. Like how I'm Sprouts. No last name. Just Sprouts.
Solo.
That was three.
Good old Herbert Jones.
You used to use that all the time in the gym.
I think about like all the wild things that I used to do back when I was a waiter just to like entertain ourselves. Like when we were taking tables, like I remember I paid one of the other servers $5 for every table that he would dance to while taking out the food and
Oh my gosh.
or my alias was Herbert Jones and I just told customers my name was Herbert Jones all the time. Like they'd be like, "Can we have Herbert section? Oh, we want Herbert section. Is Herbert here?"
That's like speaking of waiters, real fast. We went to dinner at like one of those fancy places. I
Yeah,
had
it
to
looks
make
good.
reservations like 3 months beforehand. I've been there once with my friend Rachel, but we got the bar area so you can make last minute reservations for that. But to like get in the seating area, it's like super. It's like through a Jeff Ruby's, but
Yeah,
it's like it's a precinct. But anywho's, so we got there and you have one waiter and you have the helpers. They come by and they talk to you and all that.
yeah,
I swear to God, I don't know if you know this. Like I don't know if it's like a waiter thing, but like super fancy restaurants, I feel like they listen to you. Like they have something that like listens to you because I swear to God, anything we talked about or needed, it was like they were there. And like Randall talking about because they came out with like the water in the glass, like in a bottle. Like a,
yeah.
like he came in with a little thing to keep it chill, and like he's pouring in there for us. And later on, Randall's like, "Do you think I can keep that?" I said, "I don't know. It's just water bottle. Like you can ask him." Before we left, he's like, "Would you like to keep the bottle?" I was like, "Here, fellas." Anyways, so our waiter was really cool, but the guy that's helping, um, oh, Randall's asking about the brand of the water. And the guy was like, yeah, sometimes like, when we have a bunch of bottles, I'll take them out. Like I like to go shooting, yada yada. So then immediately Randall's like the guy. So they bonded over shooting. And at the end of it, we were talking about, oh, when he asked if we wanted to keep the bottle, I was like, yeah, he likes to collect weird like glasses and stuff. He was like, it's okay, I like to collect weird stuff too. And he's like, like Legos and stuff. I said, hey, Legos, that's a good market. He's like, yeah, I have like this little figure, and I think it's like worth probably $300. It's like this big. I said, what is it? He's like, it's a Boba Fett. So of course I was like, oh no. So then turned out to be little Star Wars nerds, and then we were going off. And he's just like, can you guys just adopt me? But I'm like, see, because like
That's
everybody else
hilarious.
was very hoity-toity, which is fine. But the people behind us, she was British, And at first, Randall kept talking about her. And I was like, maybe it's just because of her accent. Like, she sounds like she's being rude, but she's not. And then I started listening. And I was like, oh no, like she is pinkies up. My steak isn't the way it's supposed to be, even though I wanted it fucking burnt. And it came out burnt. She
Yeah.
wasn't happy that it was burnt. You know? That person.
Excuse me, my well done steak is too well done.
Exactly. And then we're over there just cracking jokes and stuff. So I'm like, this is perfect. But yeah.
Yeah,
So you find a good waiter. And I'm like, if we ever come back,
yeah.
that's all we're asking for you.
I watched a short like TED Talk. This chef in New York who has like a Michelin star, and how he's talking about like the guest experience, and he had these people from overseas, and there was like six of them or something like that, and they had ate at every fancy restaurant that they wanted to eat. They knocked off everything for their bucket list, coming to America for their first time and hanging out in New York and eating at all these places that they've seen online that they would never ever be able to experience again. But the one thing that they didn't get to eat was a hot dog from a street vendor, and they're at like this bougie Michelin star restaurant. Well,
They went and got them a hot dog.
the waiter overheard it, went out, got him a water dog, is because that's what they're called, and made it all bougie. Sent it to the chef, this Michelin star chef with this, pinkies up, and
Yeah.
they made it for them and like uh, completed their experience. And they're talking about how like now he has a whole different team. He literally has people that like he employs to make the best experience possible for not only his customers but for his team members. And he
Damn.
gets like, and like I forget what the name of the position was, but it was just like a just to paraphrase, like a happy experience, like concierge basically. And they listen to their
They
guests, like
do.
they pay attention to the
So it's
conversations.
like when they walk away, they're not done listening. Like they're not done working with you.
Yes,
Like they are
yes,
constantly listening. Because
yes,
even when my friend and I ate at the bar, I started noticing it. And so I started watching all of them, and they were
yes.
communicating just by each other, like very subtly. But because I was looking for it, I could see them. And then like if I needed something, immediately somebody was like, blah, 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 and then they'd come over, and I'm like,
it's
you guys,
a
that's wild.
it's a whole nother
But it does
level.
make the experience.
Yes, it is a whole nother level of hospitality.
And
um
like, yes, it's expensive. Like we spent a lot of money there, but one, I saved up knowing that was gonna be expensive, and it was for his birthday, and we're not gonna do it all the time. But two, it's like you're also not just the food was amazing, but you're not just paying for the food, but you're paying for that. Like
yes.
all of that was just the whole thing.
And that's something hard too that like people don't understand. It's like if you're gonna go to a steakhouse, you're paying for the experience. You're
Yeah.
not paying for a shit grade steak. Like steakhouses and fancy restaurants have the best cuts of meat. You know what I mean? They
Yes.
take time with everything. 99% of it is made in house. Um, and you're also being wined and dined. You're getting water from a crystal glass versus out of a tap, and all
Like,
these
in
scenes.
speaking of them listening, it just popped my head. But when we got dessert, I wanted, well, they brought Randall his own little, cookie cake thing for his birthday,
Yeah,
and they also sold him two more of them because he's like, well, it's not on the menu, but if you want to take some home, they're like $8, So,
yeah,
but I got a cookies and cream ice cream, and like I had one spoonful, and I was like, it was so good. I was like, I wonder if they'll like tell me the recipe because that was so good. Literally, not even a couple minutes later, he comes by. He's like, "How are you liking it?" I was like, "This is so good." He's like, "Oh, well, this is how we prepare it." And he told me exactly how they made it, and I was like, "I
yeah.
knew you guys were fucking listening. I knew it." Just
That's
wild. It's
good.
crazy.
I'm
It's
glad you
cool
guys had
though.
the experience.
Yeah.
How much was it? Like 300?
340.
Yeah, see, that's not bad.
Not bad.
That's probably including
No.
tip and alcohol.
No.
No?
No, we didn't have any alcohol. Randall's been sober for 4 months, so
Oh, good.
he's like, you can have a cocktail, but I'm like, I'm being supportive wife. But we just had mocktails. So I think we had three of them, so it's the $30 there. But
Yeah,
I was like, it's your birthday, whatever you want. So we got like, the good steak. So did I. And then we got the dessert. We got two sides with entree. Um, so it was like 340 without tip, but
yeah.
we tipped him like $150. because we wanted both of
Yeah.
them to get it fair because I know they share the
Yeah.
tips. So I was
Yeah.
like, I've already saved up. I said, I brought 400. You
Yeah.
brought 100. We'll just, this is your birthday present. You're
Well,
welcome.
I mean, like, so you're talking about like, so the waiter's the one that gets the majority of the money, and then they tip out a certain percent to the person that's
Yeah,
helping
because we
them.
asked him. He's like, they get
Yeah.
25%, so the other guy helping. So I was like,
Yeah.
well, I want them to get it both fair. I don't want him, because they
Yeah.
both were amazing.
Yeah. Well, and like a lot of people don't think about too is like that one person is being so attentive to your needs that they're missing out on money by not like table flipping.
Yes.
Like it was every time I ever have anybody that comes down from the steakhouse and works in the cafe, they're like, the money up in the steakhouse is great, but it's not consistent because you went there for his birthday. How many birthdays are people going to go and then repeat back and go back to that restaurant? Like
Yeah.
the money is more consistent and in cafes and that because, and like in my sports bar, because you're flipping tables faster, but you're also
Well,
not
and like I said,
giving.
this place is, I mean, it's booked out months in advance, but
Yeah,
if people just tip on the 25%, and then like you said, they're tipping out, that's why I knew that they tip each other out. And so we asked, and
yeah,
he's like, yeah, we tip them out 25%. I'm like, well, then let me
yeah,
just make it fair and add an extra 25% on there so you guys will get your true amount of tip. Because, like
yeah,
I said, we don't plan on going back there for a very long time because it is expensive. So it's like, just pay the extra. It's for, celebration. I've already been saving up tips and stuff for it. So,
I mean, you could have bought yourself
girl
two
math, the
Lego
money wasn't
sets.
there. I
Two
know,
Lego
right? For real. That's
sets.
what I told Randall. I was like,
Did you see those sets that I sent you?
mm-hmm.
Pretty
Was it
dope.
one Harry Potter? Was it Harry Potter?
No, it's not Harry Potter.
What was it?
I don't even remember. You're probably thinking of the train station one.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Never mind.
So, like, comment, subscribe. You can find
Yeah.
us on social media at,
Mariah Love Fit is my Instagram.
and mine's the 530 Gorilla.
He
Been
really
thinking
doesn't
about,
post on it.
I know. I've been thinking about making a second one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Call
To
it,
not post on?
no, I was just gonna just do like my collecting journey. So,
Oh, you should. That'd be
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Let me lose like 20 pounds and then I'll start posting more. So,
Or you can post about your journey of losing 20 pounds.
so like, just to give like a little bit of behind the scenes, like that's what I did do. Like I took a before picture, and then I took like a picture of the scale. I'm at like 280 right now. And then
Same.
I'm just gonna bust my butt, and then I'm gonna be like, here's 3 months progress, and then post on
That's
those.
actually pretty cool, yeah.
So
Get and do it. Just
yeah,
do it.
I will.
Do it.
Until next time, may the fourth be with you.
Always. Peace out, Girl Scout.
Bye.
May the force be with you.